guys, it's Gita. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm going to be filming a quick tutorial on this blue and purple eye look using mostly Sugarpill products. So to start out, per usual, I am priming my eyes using MAC Painterly Paint Pot all over the lid. And then as a base shade, I'm taking the second to lightest shade in the Viseart Neutral Matte Palette and using a Hakuhodo J552 to blend that out. I'm also going to take the white shade as a brow bone highlight, so basically sweeping that from the inner to the outer corner underneath my brow. Next, I'm going to be taking the Makeup Forever M816. It's a matte, kind of a cool pink shadow, and I'm using the Real Techniques base shadow brush to sweep that into my crease, essentially just blending that back and forth. That's basically going to be my transition color for today. I'm also going to take M820 from Makeup Forever, which is just a slightly darker, slightly cooler toned, deeper pink shade, and I'm sweeping that over the other color, not quite as high up. I kind of want to bring that from the inner to the outer corner. This is so that the colors I put on top will blend a bit better. I'm also going to use the NYX Black Beam Jumbo Eye Pencil all over just the bottom portion of my lid. I want to get this as close to the lash line as possible, and you do want to be careful not to put too much on. This is basically just a base so that the colors will appear a bit brighter, a bit darker. I'm looking for a little more of a smoky effect rather than like a pale pastel effect. So the black really helps the shades to pop a bit there. I'm using the same Real Techniques shade brush to just blend that out. I'm also going to take my NYX Jolie gel pencil liner. This is to tightline, so I'm basically taking this to where my lashes are, and additionally above the lashes if there are any blank spots that I've missed, which I obviously have, just to be sure that those are completely filled in so there are no visible gaps between my lashes and the colors that are on the lid. So now I'm going in with the Sugarpill Heartbreaker palette, first off using the shade 2 AM. The brush is a Bdellium 777, it's a crease brush, and I'm basically bringing this directly above where I placed the black. Not all the way up to the brow, but basically into the crease, and blending this in with the pink shades that I used. And as you can see at this point, it is starting to get a little bit of that gradient effect, which really is what I'm going for. I do want it to look as blended as possible. This brush is great to lay down color and also to blend, but I am alternating that with the Real Techniques brush because this one doesn't really have much product on it, so that way I could go back in and sweep around the edges. For this particular look, I did bring the purple to the inner corner. This is totally optional. I kind of like that really blown out look of bringing that color almost to the bridge of the nose, but this is optional. If you don't like to do that intense of a color to the center, you don't have to. Next, using the shade Velocity, which is this pigmented blue, I'm using a Stila number 34 brush. Basically, it's just a really dense, flat-edged brush. Anything you have it similar to pack on shadow works great. I am taking this all over the lid, and I am careful also to sweep it down to my lash line. Using the same brush, I'm going to take a little more of the 2 AM, which is the purple, and just go back over the edges of where I placed the blue. I really want the blue and the purple to kind of blend together, and I don't want them too high up towards the brow bone, so I'm taking the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush, which is like a larger blending brush, and buffing everything out. This one does not have any product on it, it's clean, so that makes it a bit easier to blend with. As needed, you can go back and apply more of the blue, that is optional. I'm taking a little more of the blue and a little more of the 2 AM into the crease. I feel like I may be over blended, so I want to make sure that I have enough of that purple there that's visible. I realize that right now my eyes look bruised. I promise I'm blending it out. I did put my foundation on off screen, and I kind of went, I think, a little bit ham underneath my eyes with a concealer. So I am taking the Real Techniques setting brush and a translucent powder to blend that out. I am going to take that Viseart, that peach shade, to the lower lash line, just so that I have a little bit of a base there, because I am going to be applying color to the lower lash line as well. The reason I did my foundation second is I knew there would be some fallout, so I cleaned that up off camera. Going back in with the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush to blend as needed. I am blending all the way around my eye. Again, taking that NYX pencil liner to my lower lash line, not all the way in, but about 3/4 of the way in, so from the outer corner almost to the center. And I'm going to be applying shadow over that, so again, it intensifies it. So this is the M816 again from Makeup Forever. and that Real Techniques brush, basically just buffing that back and forth. This is just a base because I am going to be putting both the purple and the blue over it. So going back in with the Stila brush and the 2 AM shade, buffing that from the outer corner, mostly to the center, not all the way to the inner corner, but most of the way in. And basically just very carefully brushing it back and forth because at this point I do want to avoid fallout because I am wearing foundation now. So after the purple is as blended as you like, I'm going in with Velocity, which is the blue, and I'm actually just tapping it. Like as you can see, I'm not buffing it at all. I'm literally just gently tapping it down. I did want it to be noticeable, but I didn't want to make it too blown out on the lower lash line, so that's just an intentional choice to pat it down in that way. So as needed, you can blend that out with whatever brush. I'm using the Hakuhodo one again on the outer corner. I'm now going to take Sugarpill's Lumi pigment. The brush I'm using is a Bdellium 781. I didn't apply anything to it right now. I'm applying the pigment dry. Now, you can apply this pigment dry if you like. It's basically like a white kind of to aqua blue duochrome. I just think it's beautiful for the inner corner here. I did sweep it up almost to the brow bone and then also underneath my eye. Then I decided that I was going to wet my brush using the Graftobian mixing and lining liquid. So I wet the brush and I applied the pigment wet. This was, I guess, maybe not the best choice because what ended up happening was it was a little bit more intense than I wanted it to be, and I had to kind of attempt to blend it out. So I went back in with the Bdellium brush to kind of try to buff everything out, and the Real Techniques one. It just gave me a little bit of darkness towards the inner corner because I used those brushes that I had put some color on, so that was kind of my bad. It's up to you. The lashes I used were House of Lashes Boudoir. I just thought they worked nicely for this look. They taper in the center rather than to the outer corner, so they work perfect for this shape of eyeshadow. Contouring just slightly using this Real Techniques brush and a NYX Taupe Blush. I'm also going to apply a bit of bronzer here. I'm using an IT Cosmetics brush for Ulta and the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. This is a matte bronzer. So I'm kind of just sweeping that up into my cheeks and applying a little bit to the perimeters of my face, not too much, but just a small amount. So after bronzer, I usually like to highlight next. I'm using the Glow Kit by Anastasia. The first color I'm using is Starburst, which is a beautiful light pink. I'm using a Bdellium 965 to sweep that color just back and forth over the cheekbones. So just apply as much or as little highlight as you like, and of course whatever colors you like. I'm also using Pearl, which is the lightest one, almost a white, just to go over that to kind of intensify that highlight. So I apply it to the cheekbones, and I usually put a bit on my Cupid's bow as well, and sometimes on my nose. All optional. Last but not least, the Tarte Blissful Blush. This is a gorgeous coral. Just using the IT Cosmetics blush brush to apply that. I like to apply a lot of blush, and I like to apply blush last because I feel like it binds everything together, and it doesn't make it look like your highlight is just sitting on top of it. So it kind of helps to just mold all of the face products together. So that's my personal preference. For my lips, I'm using NYX Nude Pink Liner. I'm not really being incredibly specific here, kind of just doing a basic lining of the lips, and then I'm going to be using a MAC lipstick called Blankety, which is a cream finish, and just putting that over my lips as well. Of course, you can pair with any lip you like. I just went for a nude pink because I thought it complemented this look nicely. Alright, so that completes this look. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment letting me know what other videos you would like to see, and I will look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Bye!